Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited to share this guest today, who is Dr. Sandra Schur, and she is a beautiful healer who assists us in reading the human aura. And this helps us clear many things. In today's episode, we're talking about clearing our aura for weight loss and self-care. And here, as we head into a new year and celebrations are going on, we are finding that there's a newness, and this newness that we can find is a great opportunity to clear our aura once and for all for weight loss. Dr. Sandra, thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me, Lauren.
So you do a lot of work. We're going to be talking about your weight loss program. You do human aura clearings. You help people. You have a great ability to tune in and tap into the aura. And you have a beautiful deck, a card deck that you've developed that helps us do this. In other shows, we've talked about ways that, wow, this really helps uncover unconscious behaviors and patterns that we might not even know exist. So when we apply this to weight loss and self-care, there's a great benefit that comes from it. And this is important now because as celebrations are going on and people are meeting with families, for the most part, generally meeting up with families, that may cause some stress, that may cause emotional eating and things like this. But at the same time, here's a new year and a new opportunity for a new you. So it's a beautiful time to come together. How has this year, this past year, treated you and your clients? What have you seen your clients deal with as we move through this pretty powerful year of 2022?
Well, actually, this last year I found a lot of people were having a much easier time because the pandemic was ebbing. So I found a lot of people were starting to move out and into more clarity and well-being and proactive behavior towards themselves. And so it was actually easier for my clients. At least that was the people that I was working with.
Yes. Yeah. And even now, even this month, I feel there is a buzz in the world. There's a buzz. People are moving around even more. And it's exciting to see. I think we are done with that. So what we're going to talk about today, and we invite our viewers on Zoom to share their comments as well, is weight loss and the human aura. Can you give us an overview of why it's important to look at the human aura for weight loss? How does that calculate?
Yes. Great question. What does the aura have to do with weight loss, right? The reason the aura is so powerful with weight loss is the aura is a visual map of a person's subconscious mind and their emotional mind. And the particular layer of the aura that I look at is the emotional body. And in my experience, the number one reason people are overweight is because they're trying to soothe their emotional body with food. Food on a very primal level is love, food is security, food is comfort, food is nurturance. So when we get stressed or when we get triggered, our inner child is crying out for all those things. They want to feel safe, they want to feel secure, they want to feel loved, they want to feel okay. And the immediate gratification of food is it comforts the inner child in this very primal way, but it's the wounded inner child that we're comforting, so that's where the work is right there is healing the wounded inner child, so that when we get triggered, instead of going to food, we can clear our emotional body. We learn how to clear our emotional body so that we channel our energy in a way that's proactive in our self-care instead of reactive. It's like our emotional body, our wounded inner child, when we're triggered and we haven't healed it yet, it will automatically go for the food. It's like a reflex. It's like a knee-jerk reflex almost. That's why it's so powerful to work with the emotional body, because when it's healed, your energy goes to a higher level where the wounded inner child, since it's no longer wounded, it craves what? Creativity. It craves empowerment. It craves being proactive in their self-care. That's what feels good. That's the biggest shift that people experience with this program, is they realize that being empowered feels better than self-soothing. Doing those things that empower themselves actually feels better than eating that chocolate cake. You know, chocolate cake doesn't have the same appeal. I'm saying chocolate cake is that's just classic comfort food, right? It doesn't have the same appeal because on an emotional level, the inner child doesn't need that kind of comforting anymore. It feels better doing things that empower it, that heal it. And that's why healing and clearing the aura helps people lose weight, because they're using their energy in a proactive way instead of a reactive way. They're not getting triggered. They're operating at this higher level of creativity and proactivity. That's the big shift.
We're going to interact with some members in our Zoom audience today so we can see exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
But one of the tools that you use is the deck that you've created.
Yes.
And tell us about this for those who don't know, because this is what really goes into the subconscious. And so what's happening with the aura are our thought forms, these subconscious programs, energy patterns that get lodged or crystallized in the aura? Is that how you see it?
Well, they don't, I wouldn't say crystallized, because that sounds very like physical 3D kind of, because it's an energetic phenomenon that's very dynamic.
Okay.
So what I see is when someone's thinking about something, whatever they're thinking about will affect their emotional body. So if someone's thinking about something that's stressing them or a big challenge that's going on, I will see like all the programs and limiting beliefs that they're experiencing as stress. Because when we feel stressed, the reason we feel stressed is we're hitting up some limiting belief. I can't do it. It's too much. I don't have what it takes. You know, this is beyond me. That's really what's going on when we're stressed, we're connecting to these limiting beliefs in our subconscious mind, and our emotional body is reacting to those limiting beliefs because it believes they're true. So the aura deck is just based on my work with the aura, on the colors and the different areas of the body, and what the different programs are that are represented by different colors in different areas of the body. So it's a very helpful tool if someone wants to clear their aura without the assistance of someone like me looking at their aura. They can actually clear their own aura using the deck. Of course, they don't get the same level of information as when they have the aura read, but they can actually clear their own emotional body using the deck. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're here talking about your course coming up in the new year. It's a 12-week course, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later as well. There's a link in our Zoom chat line for folks to check that out. And for those who are watching and listening, you can click on the special offer button and see that and check it out as well. But let's go to let's go to Julia, and let's see about Julia. So Julia, please, you can share with us from the UK. Share with us your comment that you made earlier before we started.
Oh, good evening. It's gone 7 o'clock in Britain now. So freezing Britain. So as I mentioned earlier. So yes, I've been overweight. It's not vastly overweight, but it's overweight enough to affect my knees and hips and, you know, all different parts of my body that carry the weight. And it's gone on for about 10 years now. Mainly from too much stress, too much pressure, maybe not enough support in my life. So it's led me to look to food a little bit. Luckily not alcohol, but, you know, it's made me look at, I'll just have a bit of cake. I'll feel better after a bit of cake. And I usually do. It usually works. So yes, I that's why I'm here, really, is to learn.
So is there anything in particular, Julia, that stresses you, that or that's challenging in your life that you think might make you self-soothe with food?
Yes. Yeah, without going into too much detail, yes, my family is a great stressor of mine. Certain members of my family cause me a lot of problems. And as an example, my 90-year-old mother, you know, her health is failing. I'm trying to sell her property to pay for her care. You know, she's had to go into residential care, so that's a lot of pressure. I've got to sell her property. That's another pressure. You know, maybe different other things that maybe I'd better not talk about. You know, it all builds up, doesn't it? Like bags of stress, and that's what causes my emotional eating. Because it usually works. It usually helps.
It works. It does give you probably a little bit of a serotonin rush, but it doesn't help your body or your health, though, does it?
No, not at all.
No. No. So that's where there's a bit of a conflict, right? Yeah. So, well, why don't we just have you think about, is there anyone, so it sounds like what's going on with your mother is the biggest stress right now that you're aware of. Is that true?
Yes. I would say selling her property as well is a bit of a, you know, moving house, selling houses. They're always stressful, aren't they? Or they are in Britain anyway.
And probably worrying about her too, because she's older, right? And her health, maybe. Right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, she's developing dementia now. So yeah, definitely.
So, okay. So why don't we just have you think about the situation with your mother and you feeling on top of it, like, okay, I can handle this. I can take charge. Everything will be okay. I know I can do whatever I need to do to just move through this and have everything be fine. Okay. So Julia, I just want you to think about that. And I'm going to take a look at your colors. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you thinking about that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first color I'm seeing is you have black in front of your sixth chakra. Okay. You have a yellow mustard color in your throat area, like a Dijon mustard color. You have green in your heart chakra. It's trying to be bright. It's a little bit dark. And you have white. Oh, that's interesting. In your third chakra. Okay, so let me tell you what these colors mean. Okay, so the first color I'm seeing is you have black in your sixth chakra. So the sixth chakra is seeing what it is that you want and holding in mind what it is that you want. Black has to do with opening to a whole new level of vision and purpose and goal setting. where you see a bigger and better vision for yourself than you have in the past. So when you have this color in your aura, you're in the process of opening to seeing things in a bigger and better way, like maybe a more positive way, a more positive perspective, and seeing more of the possibilities than seeing what could go wrong. Does this make sense to you, Julia?
Yes, that's lovely. Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Okay, great. So the next color I'm seeing is you've got mustard in your throat center, in your throat area. And the throat center is the well. And it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this action. I'm going to make this happen. Mustard is a comfort zone. So when you've got mustard, part of you knows that you need to be in the throat. It's like part of you knows you need to maybe be more proactive, or you need to be more assertive, or you need to speak up, or something like this. But part of you feels uncomfortable around it, you know. And as women, I just want to say this because it's female cultural programming, we get programmed so that in a way that for us to be really proactive is actually kind of a program, that cultural program, that's not okay for women to be assertive. So when you've got mustard, you're being challenged to be more assertive and more proactive. A part of you is like, oh, this feels weird. Do you know what I mean? Does this make sense to you?
You are spot on. This is one of the problems. This is why I haven't mentioned it. Yeah, this is one of my problems. Yeah.
Okay, great. So so the next color I'm seeing is you've got this green that's trying to be bright in your heart chakra, but it's a little bit dark. So this is you really wanting your soul really wanting you to open to a new level of self-love. Dark green is some programming that you got maybe growing up that made you feel not good enough, or unworthy, or undeserving, or even in relationships maybe where, oh, I don't know, am I worthy of love? And it's a very deep, you know, this is childhood programming. So it maybe not be fully conscious, you may not be fully conscious of it all the time, but it's sort of in the background where you're like, I don't know, do I deserve to take care of myself? But part of you can kind of waffle around it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, everything you're saying is making complete sense to me. I can identify with that because it was only a little while ago I realized I have this programming that makes me think I'm not good enough to do anything.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly this dark green. But there is bright green, so that's great that you're becoming aware of it. So it's telling me part of you is already starting to shift it, which is great. Okay. And we're going to do a little clearing. We'll help you shift it even more today. Okay, so then the last color I'm seeing is you have white in the third chakra. This is another pattern I see. It's really common with women. It has to do with feeling uncomfortable, really owning our power, where it's like this real conscientiousness that actually gets us in our own way in terms of really wanting to use our power in the best way for everybody, but so much that we get in our own way. It's actually fear of abusing power. It makes no sense logically, but I see it a lot with women because we see powerful people in the world. Most of them are men. I just have to say it. And guess what they do? They abuse power. So as women, we can be almost repelled by the thought of really being powerful in the world and really taking charge and really being leaders. We can have a conflict around it. And that's what this is, where you want to use your power in the best way for everybody, but it's too high of a standard where you actually get in your own way from owning your power. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I'm sort of in the process of trying to stand up for myself a bit more. Yeah.
Okay, great, Julia. So now we're going to do some clearing. So I'm just going to come up with a statement. I'm going to put it in the chat so everybody can see it. Okay. Is this to everyone? Yeah. Okay. And then I think everyone can see it, Lauren, if I put it in the chat.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear this state. We're going to install this new statement into your nervous system. So it counteracts the programming that I just talked about, releases it from your nervous system and takes your energy to a higher level. Okay.
What do I do while you're doing this, Dr. Sandra?
Oh, I'm creating the statement, so just hang in there, and I'll tell you the statement as I'm writing it, and then we'll all clear it, because I'm sure a lot of us you'll be relating to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to feel that it resonates with us. That's what we find, is that you may be working with one person, but we're all feeling it. So we can use it, and it knows where to go within our own subconscious.
Yes. Yes, a lot of the programming I see, almost all the programming I see, is universal cultural programming that we all get. And I work with women, and if the women all will resonate, and men too, but women in particular, I love working with women simply because we've been programmed so much with this patriarchal cultural programming that's very disempowering. And that's my main focus with my work, is helping women, really helping the divine feminine be empowered in the world. I really think that's like the number one issue in the world right now, really. Okay.
That will work for me.
Yeah, great. So, okay, so here we go. So what the statement is you can see it as I'm typing it in. Well, no, you can't see it as I'm typing it, sorry, but you'll see it as when I enter. I'll tell you as I'm writing it. Okay. I can release my need to be perfect, step into my power in a new and better way. Take charge of my life and take charge of my circumstances. Take charge of my circumstances and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant and prosperous life. Okay. So that's the statement. So I hope there aren't any typos. Let me see. Okay. So now, Julia, so there's the statement. I can release my need to be perfect, step into my power in a new and better way. So there's a typo, new and better. Take charge of my circumstances and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant and prosperous life. Sorry, there's a typo at the end, but just ignore that. So now I'm going to walk you through it, and everybody tap along. Julie, you're going to be tapping with me. And if you're watching, you probably want to tap along too. Okay. So we're going to start by tapping on the karate chop. So we're doing tapping. It's also known as EFT. We're tapping on the acupuncture points. So just follow along.
Raise your hand a little, Dr. Sandra.
Oh, yeah, sure. So it's right here. Like if you're going to do a karate chop, boom, you're tapping right on those points right there. Okay. So just repeat after me. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't release my need to be perfect.
That I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances.
Take charge of my circumstances.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant and prosperous life.
Oh, you might have to say part of that again.
Okay. And manifest.
And manifest.
My happiest, healthiest.
My happiest, healthiest.
Most abundant and prosperous life.
Most abundant and prosperous life.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And deeply love and accept myself.
Excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to tap on the eyebrow. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
this fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances.
Take charge of my circumstances.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest,
And manifest my happiest, healthiest,
most abundant and prosperous life.
most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. So now I'm going to tap on the side of the eye and just repeat after me. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances.
Take charge of my circumstances.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest,
And manifest my happiest and healthiest,
most abundant and prosperous life.
most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. So now we're tapping under the eye and we're switch to the positive. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances
Take charge of my circumstances.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, prosperous life.
And manifest my happiest and healthiest and most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. And we're tapping into the nose. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances
Take charge of my circumstances
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, and prosperous life.
and manifest my happiest and healthiest, most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. We're tapping under the lip. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Step into my power in a new and better way.
Take charge of my circumstances
Take charge of my circumstances
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, and prosperous life.
and manifest my happiest and healthiest and most abundant and prosperous life.
Yes. All right. Okay. So now we're going to tap on the collarbone and we're going to just say it as a fact, like it's happening. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I take charge of my circumstances
I take charge of my circumstances
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, and prosperous life.
and manifest my happiest and healthiest and most abundant and prosperous life.
Very good. Okay, Julia. So now we're tapping under the armpit right here. Okay. And we're just going to say it again. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I take charge of my circumstances
I take charge of my circumstances
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, and prosperous life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. And we're tapping on top of that. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I step into my power in a new and better way.
I take charge of my circumstances
I take charge of my circumstances
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most abundant, and prosperous life.
and manifest my happiest and healthiest and most prosperous and abundant life.
Yes, very good. How are you doing, Julia?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, enjoying it.
Yeah. You feel a little bit more energized?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Good job. So that's the energy being released from the emotional body. So the more we do that, the more we clear these programs the higher our energy gets, the more proactive we become, the more empowered we become. It's really about moving the energy up so that you're at mastery at the throat center. Because once we clear all the programs, a lot of times lodge the energy in these lower chakras. Once we clear out the programs, our energy can go up to the throat and we become master manifestors. We're in charge of our energy. We're not reactive, we're proactive. So that's what it's all about. So good job, Julia.
Well, thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Even your voice sounds different, Julia. Beautiful.
Yeah, I could feel it changing sort of halfway through that. And yes, that was lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Okay. And as everyone does this right alongside of us, I'm sure that you're feeling it too. And you are welcome to use the chat box and share with us how you are receiving this.
Thanks, Carmen. Carmen wrote, I love this.
Yes, Carmen loves it. Okay. We're going to go to some more examples. And again, these examples work for all of us. Let's go to Carmen. Hi, Carmen.
Hello.
Hello, Carmen.
Hi, dear Sandra. How are you doing?
How are you? Oh, did you get my email? I was just talking to Carmen yesterday.
Yes, I got your
Okay,
email.
great.
Sorry, it's been crazy. You know
Yeah,
that I am
okay.
not busy at all.
It's so great to have you here.
Was totally, I think that was a synchronicity because I was a casualty. I just saw the email and I clicked and you were on. I was like, what? I was so lucky, so blessed to have you, to find you.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
I want to, let me give some testimony here. I did her last course of weight loss. I lost 13 pounds, but not only that, we changed the food refrigerator. I am a busy mom. We just moved. We changed cities. I have 4 babies under 6. I am a healer artist, and I was like moving to my house, and Sandra helped with not only losing weight, but like the refrigerator is a different refrigerator than when I started the program, and I'm pretty sure I will do it again because it's just bringing me to the next self-love level and new level of nourishment that I really want to pass to my children.
That's lovely.
Because I want to nurse the world as a good mom.
Yeah, good.
Oh, thanks, Carmen. Thanks for sharing that. It's wonderful. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to having you in the group again.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
Beautiful.
welcome.
Thank you,
Great.
Carmen. Thank you. Okay. Good. All right. And I wanted to say, Sandra, I will type in the message for you. I can do that pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about that when we get to the next person and the next person.
Oh, you want to type it? Oh, okay, great. And I'll just say it and you type it.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Okay, thank you.
Sunny, you are up next, but let's go right now to Kathy. Kathy is our next person. Kathy, hi.
Hello, ladies. Thank
Hello.
you for taking me.
Yes.
So, Kathy, tell us what's going on with your weight.
Well, I've been overweight for the last 20 years. 3 years ago, I got rid of the narcissist in my life. COVID actually dropped 15 pounds, but here I am 3 years later, finding myself up 60 pounds that I've put on over the last 20 years, and it's just hanging with me, and it doesn't, yeah. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Is there something in particular that might be making you self-soothe with food?
Well, I know part of it was growing up. My mother was obese, and weekends would come around. We were in the country, and she'd say, I'd say, I'm bored. What can I do? Well, I made a pot of this. Go have some. And 20 minutes later, now what can I do? Well, go eat something else or go find some, you know. And so I know part of it's a learned behavior from childhood. However, right now I'm not sure where it's coming from. I've released so much that, and the weight is just still here. It's like, where?
Okay. All right. Well, I guess, so there really isn't anything particular that you're aware of that's making you stressed. Is that what you're saying?
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. So when you think of, let me ask you this, when you think about being thin, does it ever feel like that would be weird, or does it feel good, or how does it feel when you think about being thin?
It would feel healthy.
Would feel healthy. Okay. All right. So, well, we'll just do kind of a general reading on you then. So let's just have you think about being proactive, being able to break that habit of eating with your board when you're bored. Is that what you're saying? You tend to eat when you're bored?
Well, I know as a child, that's what it started out with. And I think that, you know, a lot of childhood programming just hangs in there regardless of how we think we've deactivated it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just have you think about being proactive around your self-care so you lose those extra pounds. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you thinking about that, Kathy?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So the first color I'm seeing is you have white at the top of your head. Oh, okay. You've got dark green in your sixth chakra. You got dark red in your throat. And you have black in your heart chakra, which is actually really good. You do have brown. Oh, you've got 5 colors. You've got brown in your third. Okay, so let me tell you what this is. So the first color I'm seeing is you have white at the top of your head. So white is connection to your heart. Your crown center is your connection to your higher guidance and your intuition and your guardian angels. White is like a kind of like a perfectionism or having too high of a standard. So when you have it in the crown, a lot of times what's going on is your intuition's trying to guide you, but you don't trust it. You reject it because part of you doesn't believe that your own guidance is good enough. So you don't trust it. And it's hard for you to follow it. And you second guess yourself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand that one very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing I'm seeing. The next color I'm seeing is you've got dark green in your sixth chakra. So this, you're feeling this a lot. Dark green is the heart chakra energy held back. So it's some programming you got growing up, and it sounds like you might have inherited from your own mother. Your mother might have had this same programming she might have inherited, because it has to do with feeling unworthy or undeserving of having like a mission or purpose or having a big purpose in the world. It's like, oh, I couldn't be one of those people. I couldn't do that. I'm not good enough to achieve that goal. Forget it. And so when you have that, it's very hard for you to really believe that you can do something or go for something or really focus on a goal and be proactive in that sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I understand that one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the next color I'm seeing is you have dark red in your throat center. So the throat is the will. And it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this action. I'm going to make this happen. Dark red is, I think you have a lot of inherited family programming, Kathy. That's why it's so hard for me. I think your mother might have had this programming. Yeah, because this is really deep stuff. Dark red is when your soul is saying, go for it, do this, in the throat center. The throat center wants to be proactive. The throat center is less, yes, I'm going to direct my energy in this way. I'm going to commit to creating this. Dark red is when your soul is saying, yeah, go for it, do it, make it happen. But your programming is going, you can't do that. It's not safe to do that. So it's almost like you got programmed that it's not safe to be proactive. Do you know what I'm saying?
That would make sense. That would make sense. That would be a lot of procrastination on my part. Yes, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you experience procrastination, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I've been known to put some things off. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes too long. Yes.
Okay. So the next one I'm seeing is you have black in the heart chakra. This is actually really good. Black is the color that has to do with letting go of something that no longer serves you. And in the heart chakra, it's about it's about letting go of old patterns of self-love that you realize are not serving you. Like, you want to have better self-care. Self-care is self-love. Self-care, when we love ourselves, we take good care of ourselves. So part of you knows you really want to go to this higher level of self-love and self-care, but it's like you're on a learning curve. It's like, I want that. I know I need to do that, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And it's okay that you haven't figured it out because it's brand new. The most important thing is that you know that you want to move in that direction, and you just take things step by step, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to take things step by step in your new healthy self-care. Just start where you are, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then the last color I'm seeing is you have brown in the third chakra. This is a comfort zone around power. So this is related to the procrastination. So brown is, it's a comfort zone. Comfort zones are when it's something that we're used to and it feels comfortable. It feels like this is who we are. I'm safe here. I'm good at this. This is what's really familiar. It feels safe and comfortable, but it doesn't serve us. And you have it in your power center. So really what's going on is, because of all this programming you've gotten as a child, and you're very aware of it, I realize, it's like it's uncomfortable for you to own your power and to step into your power. Even though on a conscious level, you really want to do that and it would be great for you, there is a lot of inner resistance because it feels so like not you, because you've been in these patterns for so long. You have to be really intentional to move into that power. You have to step out of your comfort zone to move into that power. I want to say flow out of your comfort zone, but do you know what I'm saying?
I like the flow out of instead of step into. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to put that in the statement. Okay. All right. So Lauren, do you want to type this? So I'm going to say it and you're going to type, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'll type it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I can flow out of my comfort zone. Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment. Take charge of my self-care and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life. All right. So there's our statement. Kathy, you see the statement there?
I see it. Yes.
All right. So now we are going to tap. We're all going to tap. I'm going to start by using the karate chop point here, right here. So just follow along with me. Here we go. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
That I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life.
Yes, excellent. All right, so now we're going to tap on the beginning of the eyebrow. This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes, excellent. All right, we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes. All right. And we're going to tap onto the eye and we're going to switch to the positive. Here we go. I can flow out of my comfort zone.
I can flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes, excellent. And we're going to tap under the nose. I can flow out of my comfort zone.
I can flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my most happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the lip. Good job. I can flow out of my comfort zone.
I can flow out of my comfort zone.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
Take charge of my self-care
Take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes. All right. Okay. So now we're going to tap on the collarbone right here. Okay. I'm going to say it as a fact. I flow out of my comfort zone.
I flow out of my comfort zone.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I take charge of my self-care
I take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life.
Yes. All right. Now we're tapping under the arm. Here we go. I flow out of my comfort zone.
I flow out of my comfort zone.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I take charge of my self-care
I take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes, excellent. And we're tapping on top of the head. I flow out of my comfort zone.
I flow out of my comfort zone.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I step into a new level of self-love and empowerment.
I take charge of my self-care
I take charge of my self-care
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes. All right. Good job. How are you doing, Kathy?
I have a huge smile on my face.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
Wow.
when we're in joy, we don't turn to food.
Oh,
Because
that
we
is
have
beautiful.
the joy. We don't need the food.
That
Create
is
the joy.
absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, I want to suggest to those who are joining us to take notes on this. If you're in our Zoom audience, write down these phrases, these statements, and put them on sticky notes or just use them in your life. And if you're watching us later on YouTube or wherever you're catching this, take notes anyway, because you can use them. They're very powerful, very effective. Okay. Sandra, we have time for one more. We're going to go to Sunny. Hi, Sunny.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Sandra.
Hi, Sunny. Great to have you here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys are doing this. I love you, Lauren. I've been to some retreats and it's just awesome.
Wonderful. So tell us what's happening with you and your weight, Sunny?
So I have carried around all my life, probably 15 to 40 pounds. And I have made the connection that whoever I'm in the presence of, especially like a relationship, I carry their weight. So anytime I'm not in a relationship, I start dropping the pounds. So I'm like, okay. So I recently ended a relationship, and I always get into these narcissist type things where I finally have recognized where the root was, and that's because my own father is a narcissist. So, and just growing up, you just think that's normal behavior. So until I started diving deep into the word and then putting everything together, I was like, oh, okay. So hopefully I'm done with that chapter in my life, but I would like to release the extra energy, the extra weight. I myself am practicing as a holistic healer. I have all of the tools and I have all of the knowledge. I eat so good. I do have a sugar addiction, which recently I've tried to address fully by, releasing the candida and the biofilm, doing all kinds of herbal things.
Right.
So I don't have that craving right now. And just doing my own self-care and putting myself first is really what, always makes the difference. But I used to be a professional boxer, so
Wow.
my body is used to, working out hard. So when I do go to the gym, I have the tendency to keep on that, to try to attain that level. And then I'm just like beat for like 2 or 3 days until I can get it back. I need to scale it down. I've been trying other things like Qigong and Tai Chi and I love that. But oh gosh, there's nothing like hitting the bag and just releasing all of that stress and just I feel empowered by punching something.
Wow.
But needless to say, I would like, I know I do have a family history of liver congestion and alcoholism is rampant in my family. I don't touch a drop of alcohol just because of everything that it's done to my family. And I mean, I just don't like it. Ugh. But yeah, I would just like, some my own affirmation, my own tapping that is personal. And I would love for you to assess the colors of my chakras and seeing what
Sure.
you see.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the relationship piece is big here
Right.
for you. Because that was the first thing you mentioned, and I was struck by that. So I think that's what we want to focus on in terms of your self-soothing, because you said you would absorb other people's weight. And it sounds to me like when you're in relationship, you may not realize that you're self-soothing with food to manage emotionally what's going on in the relationship. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. And the relationships I have been in, they didn't have the same habits and knowledge that I had. So instead of standing my ground, I would kind of just flow into their state of food choices and etc.
Right, right. And it's interesting how you like punching the bag too. So that's telling me that, yeah. So there's definitely some third chakra stuff going on that we want to help you with, because all right, so let's do it this way, because I think this will get us to where we need to go. So I want you to think about, Sunny, being empowered in relationship so that you have healthy self-care in relationship or not in relationship. But my point is, when you're in relationship, you can have healthy self-care all the time. The relationship does not make you absorb any weight, okay? You are empowered in your self-care. You are proactive and empowered in your self-care, no matter what is going on. And you master your weight, your food, your health, all of that, okay? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Okay, fabulous. So you're thinking about that?
I am.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yes. Okay. So I see dark green at the top of your head. Interesting. I see, oh, interesting. I see orange in front of your sixth chakra, and it's a little bit, well, it's trying to be bright. It's trying to be bright, but it's a little bit dark. Okay. And then you've got, oh, okay. You've got red in your throat. It's trying to be bright. You've got dark blue in your heart chakra. And you also have white in your third. Like, was it Julia had that too? Okay. All right, so let me tell you what these colors mean. Okay, so the first color I'm seeing is you have dark green at the top of your head. So the top of your head is the crown center. So that's our connection to our higher wisdom and our intuition and our guidance. Dark green is fear of not being good enough, fear of not being worthy, and fear of not being deserving. So when you've got dark green in the crown, you're getting the intuition all the time, but part of you doesn't allow yourself to absorb it and follow it, because it's like part of you is like, oh, I don't deserve to own that wisdom for myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I absolutely understand and feel just that way.
Yeah, because you are a thought leader, but part of you is not allowing yourself to really own that, because part of you doesn't believe you deserve it. Do you know what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the next color I'm seeing is you have orange in your sixth chakra. It's a little bit, it's dark. Well, it's trying to be bright. What can I say? So orange is the second chakra energy. And so the second chakra is desire and priorities and values. And when it's bright, we're in touch with our desire, we're in touch with our priorities, we're in touch with our values, and they motivate us to action, because we want, the desire motivates us. You have it in your sixth chakra and it's a little bit dark. So this is telling me that part of you is really jazzed about going for some kind of big goal. But there's another part of you that it doesn't feel good at all. So, and this is connected probably to what I was just describing in the crown, where emotionally it feels like, oh, I don't know. Even though part of you is like, yeah, go for it. This will be fabulous. I'm excited. Do you know what I'm saying?
That sounds exactly like me. I'm at one end or the other, and
Oh, really?
Yeah, most recently, because you have mentioned it's trying to be bright, that I just changed my name to Sunny when I was on the last Lemurian tree. I've always been playing with the name, but I never committed. I'm committed now, and I every day I'm doing some type of self-care, self-help, and just being connected in my truth.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. So let me go to the next color, because that's what you just said is what's going on in your throat. You have the red in your throat. It's a little bit dark, but it's trying to be bright. Dark red in the throat. And this is another big female cultural programming thing that I see with women all the time. Dark red is when our soul is saying, oh, in the throat, it's like, be proactive, go for it, take that action, commit to this. You can do it, you can make it happen. But the dark red is the programming that we've gotten, and we got a lot of this is patriarchal cultural program that women get, that it's not safe for us to be willful. It's not safe for us to be really proactive. It's not safe for us. People won't like us, or we won't be accepted, or something bad will happen, So, and it's deep. And a lot of times consciously, we don't even realize it's running us, and it is. And it can make us hold back from really being proactive for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 100%. I do.
Okay.
I just recently found my voice. I am a survivor of incest and rape, and so for many years I didn't have a voice. I didn't validate myself. I didn't express my truth. I was a people pleaser, so on and so forth that go with that. But so I mean, I'm in my truth now, and I just can't shut up. And so I am trying to release that hypothyroidism that has impacted my voice and my truth.
Well, you're working on it. The energy is going from dark to bright, so that's good. So that's really good. So so the next color I'm seeing is you have dark blue in the heart chakra. The heart chakra is love, self-love, and relationships. Dark blue is authority energy. So when we have dark blue in the heart chakra, this is programming or messaging you got growing up, probably from one of your parents or maybe both parents, that you need to be a certain way in order to be lovable, in order to have a relationship, or you have to be a certain way in relationship to maintain a relationship. But it's not who you are. It's not true to your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it actually is hurtful in a certain way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And so this is about moving beyond that programming so you can really honor who you are on a soul level, so you attract relationships that honor you on a soul level, and letting go of that old messaging that said you had to be this or do that or be the people pleaser. It sounds like you got a lot of people pleasing programming. Doesn't work, doesn't honor who you are, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the last color I'm seeing is you have white in the third chakra. This again is holding a really high standard for how you use your power, but it's too high of a standard. So you actually get in your own way about really letting yourself own your power and use your power. Do you know what I'm saying? It's fear of abuse of power. So when we have this, we're so conscientious about using power that we actually hold back too much and don't use our power in a way that would actually be really good for everybody, including ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I've worked with a lot of people that in the sports world that have power and money, and I just didn't resonate with it. And you know, and I always wondered, why wouldn't they use their power in a humanitarian efforts or for something positive? And the things that I've witnessed, and it's made me you know, fear certain, just like you said, aspects of myself, and you know, kind of stuck.
Right, right. So yeah, I know we see power modeled in unhealthy ways, and it makes us not even want to go there, right? And then we end up not owning our power. So that's exactly what this is, right? Yeah. A lot of women have this because we see power abused by the patriarchy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really big time. Yeah. Okay, so let's work on this. So, okay, so Lauren, you're going to type, right? Okay, I've got my secretary. All right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I can own my power and my wisdom.
I love it.
Enjoy being a powerful person. Honor myself, my gifts, and in and out of relationship, and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life. Okay, great. Okay, great, Sunny. Do you see the statement there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so now we are going to tap. Okay, here we go. So we're tapping on the correct tap point. And just repeat after me. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't own my power and my wisdom.
That I can't own my power and my wisdom.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
Honor myself and my gifts in or out of a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant life.
And manifest my most healthiest, prosperous, abundant life.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply love and accept myself.
Okay, excellent. So we're tapping in the beginning of the eyebrow. This fear that I can't own my power and my wisdom.
This fear that I can't own my power and my wisdom.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself, my gifts in and out of relationship.
Honor myself, my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous and abundant life.
And manifest my healthiest, happiest, most abundant and prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. We're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't own my power and my wisdom.
This fear that I can't own my power and my wisdom.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself, my gifts in and out of relationship,
honor myself, my gifts in and out of a relationship,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
and manifest my most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, abundant life.
Yes. Okay. We're tapping into that. I can own my power and my wisdom.
I can own my power and wisdom.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant life.
And manifest my most healthiest, happiest, prosperous, and abundant life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping into the nose. I can own my power and my wisdom.
I can own my power and wisdom.
I can enjoy being a powerful person.
I can enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant life.
And manifest my most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, and abundant life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the lip. I can own my power and my wisdom.
I can own my power and my wisdom.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Enjoy being a powerful person.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
Honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, and fulfilling life.
And manifest my most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life.
Great. All right. We're tapping on the collarbone. And we're just going to say it as a fact. I own my power and my wisdom.
I own my power and my wisdom.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And I manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, and abundant life.
And I manifest my most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, and abundant life.
Excellent. All right. We're tapping under the arm. I own my power and my wisdom.
I own my power and my wisdom.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And I manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life.
And I manifest my most happiest, healthiest, fulfilled, prosperous, and abundance in life.
Great. All right. We're tapping on the top of the head. I own my power and my wisdom.
I own my power and my wisdom.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I enjoy being a powerful person.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of relationship.
I honor myself and my gifts in and out of a relationship.
And I manifest my happiest, healthiest, most prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life.
And I manifest my most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life.
Great. Good job, Sunny. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Great.
Oh, even my
Good
voice has
job.
changed. I feel the strain lifted off of my, throat chakra where I've got the biggest hiccup there. And well, it's not the biggest, but one of them.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that
Doc.
dark red energy is powerful. So we just cleared out some of that. Yeah. This is a great statement for you.
Great. I'm so excited because I'm going to talk to Dr. David Gibson earlier for my voice analysis today. So now some of this clearing should get a better analysis and the better, CD for my vibration check.
Great. Cool. Well, great, Elaine. Elena says, booyah.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Well, thank you.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, Sunny. Beautiful. Wow. All right. Well, we can feel what's going on here. And you've got a course, a 12-week course, and that's part of the special offer. So share with us what's going on there. What do you do? What is this process in this course over this time?
Well, the process is what we just did in the group sessions. And then I also have, we clear every week whatever's coming up for everyone in the group around being able to master their self-care. So whatever programs or limiting beliefs or stuff that's making them turn to the food or not be able to be, you know, really managing their portion control, exercising, do whatever we need to do. We clean all that stuff out every week for 12 weeks. It's a very powerful program. Plus there's a 10 video course that I've created, an online video course of all the different steps. Besides just the clearing, there's like step by step how I basically wrote and created a course that describes exactly all the steps I took to lose my weight, along with the clearing. The clearing is an essential part of it, but there also is like watching, you know, keeping track of what you're eating, exercising. So I talk about all that different food choices, flower essences that you can use, different acupuncture treatments, points that you can use. There are all these other things, and I've included all of that in the video course. And also, and there's a weight loss resource book that has a lot of that in there as well. So it's a very complete program that really supports people in having their emotions support them in losing weight, because that what I see is missing in a lot of diets. You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's just emotionally, it's very hard to be proactive when your inner child is saying, oh, I want some chocolate. So this is about really getting that inner child on board in a healthy way with being proactive with self-care. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for creating this program and the work that you do in service to the planet. This is available again in the link. You can just click this link on the show that you're watching, and you'll find that program. And we want to make it easy for people. So there's a 2-payment plan available so people can take these 12 weeks. That is a beautiful time to transform. You will be different after 12 weeks because this is deep work on the subconscious, getting to the root of all of it. Are you ready for that change in your life? If so, join Dr. Sandra for this beautiful experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Sandra. As we say goodbye, I want to just give you a moment for final thoughts.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. It was wonderful being here. And yes, the program starts in January because we do want to let ourselves be, you know, a little bit easy with ourselves over the holidays. So, yeah. So this is really about being emotionally aligned with healthy eating. So you do not feel deprived. It feels good and empowering to practice healthy self-care and exercise habits. So that's what it is. Yes.
And
Thank
so
you,
people who sign up can get access to the video course right away. That's an immediate access to that program. So that will help you through the holidays as well to stabilize yourself and just come into your beingness, coming into your power as we witnessed today. It feels so fresh and it feels so right. It feels like home. And we we're grateful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Lauren.
Thank you everyone for being here. We love you and we wish you the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.